Good evening, welcome back. And here we go again. If there is anybody in the chat, can you let me know? Can you hear me? Can you see everything okay? I've got a rating of excellent connection, but I've no idea if that represents what's going on. Just let me know. Can you hear everything? Thank you, T. Thanks, mate. Or Ty. Thank you, mate. That's cool. So we are going to change the system. And welcome, by the way. Haven't interacted with you before, but welcome to the live stream. And I'm not sure if you are new or not, but we are currently doing this Journeyman. We have set ourselves a goal of winning 4 of the 5 major trophies. We've won 3 already. We are in pursuit of the Champions League now. We just have 1 to go. And we still need to win the Champions League. And we're in 3rd. But we had a bit of an upset in the last episode where we lost to West Ham. That was my mistake. That was my error. I went positive just before half time and allowed West Ham to score. And after that, I never really recovered it. We were doing okay. I just got impatient. That's my error. But a couple of things have happened as we go into this episode. And I was playing through the week, and a couple of things have happened. Firstly, the board just gave me another 1 million per week in wage budget, which I thought was very nice of them. So in terms of finances now, we have 43.5 million available to spend. And we are currently spending, we have 8.5 million or 8.6, and we're only currently spending 7.2. So we have 1.4 million in our wage budget to play with. And I'm guessing the board want me to spend some money as we go towards the winter transfer window. And the next thing that happened was that somebody I'd completely forgotten about, Valesso, who is a very, very good player. And the problem is I've got so many attacking mids playing in the system I was playing that he wasn't getting any game time. So I've actually told him I will. He was only playing as an impact sub when he's an important player. So I actually told him we would give him the game time because he's such a good player. I thought, I've got to give him the game time. And I was thinking, where do I give him the game time? Like, I've got about 7 attacking mids in here. And I've got, and I was thinking midfield. I've been complaining that I've got a problem in defensive midfield. And I also noticed he could play on the right wing. So it got me thinking, why not change the system? And so we are bringing back the old 4-1-2-2-1. And that means Veloso can play either as the centre mid, or he can play as the right winger. So we're going to see if this actually... Yeah, Wolf, how are you doing? So we're actually going to see if this system can work again. And I've gone with a high press. We're not going to mess about here with the low block. We're going to go with a high press. We're going into some fixtures we should be winning. Brighton, Sheffield United, Servette, Bournemouth, Sheffield United, Nottingham Forest, Leeds, Leicester. These are fixtures we should be winning. So we're going to go with a high press, with a high line and go after them. All right, okay. I've been watching Tony on and off. I'm a big fan of Tony's. He's quite a funny chap. But he's just got a nice pace to his streams. So nice to have you on board, Airwolf. So we're going to go with this back to this 4-1-2-2-1, which has had success for the last 2 years. And I don't know if it's going to work. But it does mean that I can play players in different positions, and I don't have to worry about getting rid of players because I've also got players who are wanted. Landerson could well be on his way, and I also know that Larsson wants to be on his way. Landerson is wanted by Bayern Munich, and he's quite happy that they want him. So this allows me to play Veloso, who wants to continue playing here, as a central midfielder. Wirtz can also play as a central midfielder if necessary. It also means then that Mora can get more game time on the left as the inside forward out there. So that might work. It's just whether or not the players can actually do this. I've got to look for a right and a left winger if we are going to employ this. Hi, Tommy. It is possible, and I was actually thinking before I came live, do I want to play with the underlap? And the idea is that Davis will come into these spaces. I was kind of thinking that what I could do is play Wirtz as an advanced playmaker and tell him to stay wider. I don't know. We'll see how this works out. It's a tactic that's worked pretty well. It works because it creates space on the right, and we'll see how it creates overloads then on the right, and we'll see how that works out. So something I am thinking about is the role for Wirtz. But I do want an attacking wing back. I want him going up the touchline. So it might be just a case of taking off the underlap, but we'll see as we go on. Everything else is fairly simple, fairly straightforward, and we'll go and play Brighton and see how we get on. And this will be quite interesting. If you are in the chat, guys, and you haven't already, give us a like. It does help the channel. It does push the video out. The more likes I get, the more it gets pushed out to people who've not yet seen the channel. I'm not going to change the team. I'm going to keep the team as I have set it up. I know I also want to go attacking, but I think it's a bit early for that. I want to have a look at what's going on first. We'll stay positive. When I went attacking against West Ham, I conceded. This is a good team. The only worry I have is Kamalo, although he is in good form at the moment. Frimpong is very good as a right wing. Wirtz, of course, and Gray speak for themselves. And we'll see how Veloso responds to me saying, yeah, I think it's fair enough. You should get some game time. Tonali wanted Guehi picked, but Guehi hasn't been in very good form. So it is a chance to give Euro. And we are favourites, and we should be going out there and winning this game. But we were favourites against West Ham as well. And I made the error against West Ham. So what we want to do is to keep an eye on this left-hand side of the pitch. And see how that underlap works. If it's not working, then we will certainly do something about either Wirtz's role on the left, or we just take off the underlap. But it is something that I am acutely aware of. But we just, I want to be zipping the ball around as quickly as possible. I think that extremely high tempo is just a little bit too fast for this team. I think we do have a chance, and Gray has scored, but I think he's offside. Been given offside. We'll put that down to getting used to the new style. And that's interesting. Again, if you notice this tactic, guys, it creates opportunities from the right-hand side always. And I'm not quite sure why, because it's where we have our least attacking threat. But I think it's because it drags all the opposition over towards our left-hand side. And then there is always two players on this side, the shadow striker and the winger, who create that overload. I think that's how it works. But it worked again. And come on, boys. Let's get some goals today. Let's bounce back after the West Ham disaster. So here we are. We are certainly the better team. And as I've said all along, I think we can win trophies this year. I think I just got to be patient, not worry too much, and let this team play its game. If we can find that this system works, we are due for a change of system. If we find that this works, then I think we can go on and win a lot of trophies. I think we might be getting stale in the 4-2-2-2. Just having a look at Wirtz and Arwell Davis. They're not playing badly. I want to have a look at their position. Their position on the field looks good. So I'm not thinking something's wrong at this point in time. Time will tell. Penalty, ref. He's given it. He's given it. So what will happen if we win this? Will we go to the top? No, I think we're 5 points behind, aren't we? 5 points behind. It is a penalty, and it is going to be Tonali. I thought Wirtz was my penalty taker. But Tonali has put it away. And Tonali now can forget about his misery that Guehi wasn't picked. Guehi can start in the next game. It was I needed to give Yoro a game. And Yoro, in fact, none of the defence are playing quite well. I don't think that they actually like playing with a high line. I think this is the problem with this defence. They actually like to play a little bit deeper. And I think that's why their ratings are a little bit low. But for these fixtures coming up, we've got to be playing with a much higher line. We can't defend deep against teams of the calibre that we've got coming up. We should be winning all our games in December. Go on, Fritz. Veloso. Terrible turn. But finally he's getting his chance. He's going to get some game time over December. We'll see how he does. We can always sell him. And there is 2-0 and Jesus Abba. 2-0. And we are going to romp December, I think. I feel very good about December. We are going to romp it. I'm not quite sure why we're not having problems with this player on. Let me have a look where we are now. 4 points behind the leaders still. Why we don't have a problem with this underlap. I mean, traditionally I've always played this with an underlap. Looking at where Wirtz is, he's very narrow. And it may be that it's Veloso who's coming inside on the underlap and the wing-backs going outside. I don't know what's happening there. But they're certainly not getting in each other's way, that's for sure. And they're both playing very well. They're definitely not getting in each other's way by the look of it. I would have to slow the game down to actually find out for sure. But it doesn't look like to me there's any issues here. We're certainly dominating the game. Perfectly happy. We needed to win this as well. Brighton are not actually giving us any problems at all. So we are 2-0 up at half-time. Well deserved. And I'm just going to say we've created a ton of stuff and we are deservedly ahead. So let's go out and do some more. So the aim now is to win the Champions League within the next... Well, let's give ourselves 3 seasons. This one, next season, could possibly win the Champions League next season, but we'll give ourselves 1 more season in case, because it will be our first year in the Champions League next season. So let's give ourselves 1 more So within the next 2.5 seasons, I'd hope to win the Champions League. I think this team is good enough. With a couple of additions, this team will be awesome. And the good news about Newcastle is I'm not... Andrew, how you doing? And the good news about Newcastle is I'm not expected to actually develop youngsters or whatever. I'm supposed to buy big name players. That, with the money they give me, that makes my life a lot easier. And I've got a couple of big name players on the radar, including Yamal. And if we can get the money in, why not bring him in? I think it's time to make a couple of substitutions in a minute. A couple of these boys are tiring. Am I on extended? Yeah, just nothing happening. Just looking again at the shape. The shape is very good. And they're definitely not getting in each other's way. I wonder if I can... Where's the... There's no... I don't have a pass map on here. I would imagine there's a problem with the passing around on the left-hand side, but mostly on the right it's going to be fine. I think we're doing fine. Let's make a couple of substitutions. Tonali is tired. So João Neves can come on. Lovely substitute. Good evening, Minamoto. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Arwell Davis can do with the rest. So Patterson is not a left back. Yeah, he can play as a left back. And then Peterson actually needs to be told to ease off the tackles. I don't want a red card. Kamalo is probably not playing very well. 6.7. Gray is on a 6.5. Let's bring Kanate on. We'll leave it like that for now. Unfortunately, Gray hasn't had his best game. He hasn't had a great season, his first season. Sometimes happens when you bring in a world-class player. His first season is dreadful. Next year, hopefully he'll be banging them in. Kamalo had a poor first season last year. He's playing a lot better this year. That's a nice pass. Go on. Just come on, has he? Oh, I thought he'd scored then. I do want to tell Kamalo to shoot less often. I think he plays a lot better when he's not shooting so much. Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, it's good to be back in action. It's been a while. It was 6 weeks or so, 7 weeks. I didn't realise the recovery was going to take that long, but we're getting there. I did a 3-mile walk this afternoon with very little problem. Who was that? Kamalo? No, Valesso. So doing a 3-mile walk is exceptional since I've only been back walking for 4 weeks. So I'm quite pleased with how that went. Right, let's make another substitution here. Bayomo can come on for Peterson. And then Kamalo is not having his best game. Carioca can come on. Evening, Mercury. How are you doing? Good to see you, Mercury. Come on, let's make it 3. I'm not happy with 2-0. Let's make it 3. We're dominating this team. 3-0 will be a lot better. Neves long range shot. But Brighton have offered nothing. One key pass throughout the entire game. But we haven't done too much. Florian Wirtz has been the main man. Just don't give away any goal. Oh, look at this. That's a good save, though. I was just about to say, I think I better tell him to focus. So we better tell him to focus. Oh, you finally got the sack. 24 seasons. Oh my God, I would not be happy if you given 24 seasons. You must have pretty much won everything. And they gave you the sack. They kept you all that long. I think that's it. We'll just see this game over the line now. Don't even think I need to do anything. Let's just come back to a more balanced. Just hold on to what we've got, really. The change of system has worked. I wanted to mix it up. I did feel after the defeat against West Ham, perhaps it's time to change. And then with Veloso coming to me and wanting more game time, it seemed the right thing to do. So the change of system has worked for now. They expected the Prem and the Champions League. It's tough at the top, and Carioca has made it 3-0. It is, Mercury, it's very tough at the top. And I mean, I could get sacked from Newcastle at the drop of a hat. I could get sacked very easily. It would only take 3 or 4 bad results and you're gone. That's one of the problems with playing these big teams. They give you a lot of money. They expect returns on it. So I could get sacked myself very easily. But keep the team in good nick. Sign good players. You should be okay. This is a team full of really good players. And there's no reason why this team shouldn't be winning trophies. We've brought Wirtz in, we've brought Gray in, we brought Veloso in, we brought Yoro in, Jesus Abba, Kumalo. These are really good players we've brought in. And there's no reason why this team shouldn't be winning trophies. And that's it. 3-0. We'll take that. Well done. Good win. And there we are. We have gone out. We are 5 points behind Chelsea. Chelsea must have won then. Yeah, they beat Man United. I'm not too worried about 5 points behind at this stage. Chelsea have just not lost yet, I don't think. But they will have their bad time. So I'm not really too worried. Sheffield United now, who are in 17th in the... Which trophy is this? Oh, it's in the Premier League. So I don't really... I do want to rotate a little, but I don't want to break this team up too much. So the players maybe who didn't play too well. And the wing backs probably can be rested. Patterson can come in. Can play on the left. And Moreno. Guehi can come back in. Veloso can continue to play, and then João Neves can come on to play as the DLP. Frimpong, keep him there as the... Oh, maybe Veloso. No, we'll keep Frimpong. Wirtz. Kamalo can be replaced by Carioca. This is just temporary, and Gray can be switched for. Still a very, very strong team for Sheffield United. Just see if some of these players don't recover in time. I don't know There's tons of players that I've got my eye on for the winter transfer window. If we have a look at some of these boys that I'm looking at, some very, very good players. I mean, even someone like this guy, who is, I mean, he's 32. He's a very good signing. He's a big name. So it doesn't matter. As long as they're good players, it doesn't matter who we sign. As looking at... I can sign any age. But I've just got to get it right. This guy is probably a very good player. One definitely for the future. He might be worth looking at. But in terms of players that I'm looking to bring in, not yet, but Yamal is one of the players I'm looking to bring in. Probably looking at him in the summer. We got to qualify for the Champions League before he will consider it. He's almost a certainty. Antonio Silva, I'm thinking of bringing in, 28 years old. I think he's an excellent central defender. Although there's not a lot of yellow, I still think he's a definite. And then Rego, another very, very fine player. I've got my eyes on people. I've got money. Yeah, Mora perhaps should get a game. That's a good call. Here's a chance to play Mora. And who else did he say? Landerson. Yeah, Landerson can have a game. I'm not quite sure about whether Biomo's the right call. Landerson. Let's bring Landerson in for Neves. I think that's probably a good call. He's a good DLP. And it then gives... I think he wanted to bring Landerson in. No, he wants to play Veloso. I think we'll go with that. Team selection is not my bag of tricks. I generally let the assistant do it. Why not? He seems to rotate better than me. So, what? Oh, it's just nonsense. 47.5 million for Doig. That's a good deal. Frimpong. Frimpong. Is he? I think he's transfer listed, is he? No, no status set. I don't want to sell him. So let's see what... If I go 100 mil, he's going to say he would not be happy with that. But not by much. 87. Let's go 90 mil. And that might put them off making a bid. So one of the things that I did with Landerson as well when Bayern Munich showed interest. Patterson developing concerns now. Should be starting more. Another good player, but is he absolutely essential? He can play as a right wing as well. Who's his friend? Does he actually think the world of anybody? Expects as he's unhappy with the amount. Guehi. But only as an organizer. So he's a regular starter. At the moment he's playing as a squad player. Yeah, let's give him a couple of games. We won't do anything. Ask Guehi to resolve the issue. Unable to, so I'm going to discuss it with him. I'll tell him I'll give him a couple of games. Maybe. Actually, why should I? I've got plenty of fullbacks there, haven't I? Tell him I'll sell you. If I'm not going to play, I suppose I'll have to leave. Yeah, fine. We'll sell you. I've got too many wing backs on that side now. So he's worth 60 odd mil. Pretty sure it's not going to hurt the team, that. I think I do have to trim the squad down because I'm just getting all these player problems all the time. And actually just playing them in the Europa League doesn't satisfy them. So it's like a major headache. So selling him, I've still got 5 wing backs left, 2 of which can play on either side. Let's thin out the squad a little bit. Bring in a ton of money. Sheffield United. I do think we should win this fairly comfortably. It is a rotated team though. Arnold Davis, Tonali, Neves, Wirtz, Kamalo and Graves. That's a very, very strong bench. It's a very, very strong bench, that. Oh my goodness. Tonali, Neves, Kamalo, Gray and Wirtz on the bench. My favourites. I want us to play like it. So I'm expecting to see solid. I haven't said I'm expecting for a while. It's a bit foggy and rainy out there by the look of it. The lighting's a bit off today. So come on then. Show me you're worth a game, Patterson. Is this the one we're going to lose? Of course, being a bottom of the league team, I keep thinking this is the cup, but it's not. So, bottom of the league teams, I'm supposed to play a bit more defensive. So, I'm going to go balanced. And probably what I'm going to do is pull the line back as well. So, we're going to just be a little bit more defensive because they're a 17th, 18th and 19th, 20th team. And I did say that when we played the next team, who were low in the league, we would play a little bit more defensively. I mean, they, again, like a team bottom of the league, they look like they're Barcelona mixed with Brazil. They just are passing the ball around like they're top of the league. It's bottom of the league team again. Unbelievable. My idea of playing more defensive isn't actually working at the moment. I'm going to go to comprehensive. I need to figure out what is going on here. Why the game always does this to me. If it was Manchester City, I'd have no worries. That's a nice pass, but that's a dreadful effort. Now all these 4-star, brilliant, world-class players suddenly can't play. And it's because the team is in the bottom 4 of the league. But since I've actually gone a bit more defensive, we've started playing a little bit better. So I just want this opening goal. Come on, boys. It doesn't look at the moment like there's anything wrong, but that's since I pulled the lines back and went a bit more defensive. I'm absolutely convinced that that's how you beat these teams at the bottom. Go defensive. We are creating chances now. I'm not quite sure that we should be on the press. That might be the next thing to do. Yeah. Take the press off. Just take their space away from them. Let them have the ball at the back. I must remember also to take that off. So let them have the ball at the back. Otherwise they are just going to beat us. If I attack them, they will beat us. This is the pattern of this save. And I really need to figure out how to beat these teams at the bottom. It's just so interesting that when I was playing positive with a high line, they were all over us. And yet a better team couldn't get anywhere near us. It's really quite interesting. Brighton are a much better team than this lot, and they couldn't get anywhere near us in that system. And I suspect it's because they're just sitting back and humping the ball over the top. And that's why FM is doing this. Whereas Brighton were giving us a game. So what I'm going to do now is come into a mid-block. Because they're still the better side. And I'm not too happy. I'm far from pleased. And there's a number of players who need to have to be told. I am not happy with you. But it's better. I mean, the way I'm feeling at the moment against bottom teams is I'll take a draw against them. Now, there's, again, is that long ball. And that's what FM is doing when teams are vastly inferior to you. So bringing the line back helps with that, because just humping the ball over the top of the defence doesn't work. But we are finding it very difficult to score. And pulling the offensive line back might help. What we've got to make sure is that we don't lose, which is what I've set them up to do now. Don't lose. And hope we can sneak one, but not like that. It is a rotated team I've got out there, I know, but we're still way better than Sheffield United. Good evening, Andy. You're just in time to see another team in the bottom four of the Prem giving us a good hiding here. But what I've done, Andy, is I've gone very defensive, and we've come back into the game now. Just by going defensive, and it is a theory I've had, as you know, for a long time. And there's a chance. Oh, you've got to do better than that. Canate, you fart. Have to do better than that. Come on, boys, come on. Really struggling to score against them now. I've gone into a mid-block. Do I have to go into a low block to score against them? Do I have to pull them so far out? Or are you going to let me sneak a goal? No. I'm going to go into a low block. I'm going to keep possession. Just come off the tempo a little bit. Keep possession. And this is absolutely appalling. And I'm pretty convinced FM does this. And I just still haven't worked out how to beat these teams in the bottom of at the bottom of the league. And here's their goal, is it? Not far off. Let's make some changes. I might go positive. Look at these two idiots. Peterson, let's play Bayomo. Frimpong's not playing very well. Veloso can come on to the wing. Let's try him on the wing. And Neves, Canote for Gray. Absolutely shocking. Always happens against teams in the bottom four. And I can't figure this out at all. Now we'll try a low block, see if that can... Absolutely, Andy. And suddenly we can't play football. Their first touch is dreadful. I think he's got first touch of 16. And he couldn't control that. Mora can come off now. I think we'll just bring on Florian Wirtz. See if he can do anything. This is not what I wanted. Oof, Gray has got himself hurt. Well, I was taking him off anyway. What sort of a pass was that? Oh, it's... Yeah, Gray is hurt now. But he was no, he wasn't coming off, was he? Let's go attacking for the last couple of minutes. I'm not coming out of this low block or mid block because they will score. I know FM too well now. We'll just have to settle for the draw. I know FM will also have trouble breaking down my low block. So if I can't win, FM, you can't win. I'll do the same to you as you're doing to me. We'll take a draw. Oh, it's a terrible pass. See, they can't suddenly play football. Once we play a team in the bottom four, we've forgotten how to play football. It's weird. I was watching RDF playing live the other day, and he was just shouting and screaming about this. How come they've forgotten how to play football? FM need to tidy this up. It's not just me. This happens too. And FM just really need to tidy that up. It doesn't happen. So, and it's just so frustrating for people who feel it's unfair. But I do know the game cannot break down my low block. So if it's going to tell me I can't break them down, I'm going to stop them scoring too. And unless the game cheats now, there's no way it's going to break down my low block, and it didn't. And I'm going to have to just accept. If I hadn't gone into that low block and stopped the AI scoring, I'd have lost that game again. You were not good enough. But at least we know what to do. And let's just go into a low block and accept the game is throwing a moody. And now I'm 6 points behind. Chelsea drew, that's why. Okay, that's why, because Chelsea drew, I wasn't allowed to win. Now I get you. And now I get it, it's too early. I think that's what I will do when I'm losing to these teams lower in the bottom 4. I'll just go into a low block and stop the AI from scoring. I'll just play it at its own game. But Servette, we should beat Servette. That's a game I should have won, and I'm really disappointed. I thought we could win all these games in December. But hey-ho. Yeah, it's because the game wanted Chelsea to have a draw, so I wasn't allowed to win that game. And if I hadn't done what I did, I'd have lost that game as well. Which all English domestic competitions? Well, there we go. Yora's going to get... Power Walk was awesome, Andy. What was really good about it was that the recovery time was really good. Took about 5 minutes for my breathing and for my heart rate to return to normal. That's what was good about it. I was extremely impressed. So I'm going to do that probably twice a week for the next couple of weeks. And hopefully by doing it twice a week. I saw my consultant yesterday. He said that everything looks fine. Everything is healing properly. Still a little concerned about my hands. He's going to refer me to a neurologist because they should have healed by now. But also he did notice there's muscle wastage in between my thumb and my forefinger. And that might be because I wasn't exercising for 2.5 weeks. Florian Wirtz should be starting more games. He plays all the time. What's the matter with him? He plays all the time. He's missed a few. He's hardly missed any. What's he moaning about? So we just play him every game then. Oh, well, that's bizarre. He just does a rest. Like, I suppose he's like, he's a bit like Salah. Salah plays every game. Get the agent sacked. Yeah, I suppose like Salah is the same. Salah probably gets rested 1 game a year. And I've rested him probably 4. I like this boy as well, Marcos. I think he's an exceptional defender. He's not quite the finished article. 64 million. He was in my Curitiba team before I sold him to Manchester United. Can also play as a right back. I like this boy. We'll put him on the short list. I think he's got the potential to be another Jesus Abba. And it would be so cool to have Abba and Marcos playing as the 2 centre-backs. I really think he would be an exceptional... Who's this geezer? Brilliant anchor. Centre mid on attack. His finishing isn't very good. That's the problem with him, isn't it? Long shots are poor. His only problem is his finishing. But brilliant anchor. I think we'll shortlist him as well. And with what looks like plenty of money to spend. I think, yeah, I mean, in terms of Florian Wirtz, I've got too many players who are like that they want to play every game. So no longer wants to leave the club. Veloso is pleased with the playing time now. So hopefully we will beat Servette in the Europa League. This could mean we qualify, I think. If we win this one, I think we'll qualify. I don't think they're that good. I'll go with what he suggests. Although I want to make sure that Wirtz is playing and Veloso's playing. So let's get Veloso on the wing. Oh, Veloso is not registered, is he? I think he might be. So he can come on instead of Frimpong on the wing, and Wirtz can play. So we need to win this one. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we will qualify. The winger. Definitely worth scouting, that boy. He's not the fastest in the world. This could turn into a Brazilian team. Who does he play for? Paranense, my arch enemies at Coritiba. And Rego, definitely want to sign him. Absolutely immense. 41 million. Gotta be. 26 years old. Probably, oh, he does want to come. 59.87 mil. Yeah, we could afford him. Left winger. Wirtz could come in to the middle. We could definitely afford him. So he could play on the left. Wirtz could come into the middle. I mean, this, and Gray up front, this would be like an immense forward line. So we could, oh, let's go back, because I don't know. It's Rego, isn't it? Is he on the... Yeah, he's already on the transfer list. Salford in the FA Cup. Well, there's a game hopefully we can win. Salford. Where are Salford? Are they northeast or northwest England? I have no idea. I think they're near Manchester, isn't it? Salford. Is it near Manchester? Ward-Prowse can go and play for the reserves. Why not? Turati's playing today. Sion can go and play for the reserves. Guevara can play for the reserves. Doig can play for the reserves. Bayomo can play for the reserves. The rest are in good nick. Stan can probably go and have a game. Yeah, Manchester, Andy, isn't it? I think just outside Manchester. Any news on the, talking of Manchester, any news on the Manchester United score? At the moment, I think they... I don't know if I want to know. There's a type in Europa League. Four-one down. No, they're not. Half-time Fenerbahce 0, Man United 1. We're a goal ahead. Thanks, Andy. Ah, boy. Okay, that's a good team. There's nothing wrong with that team. Nothing at all. So let's go and win this game and let's get qualified. Thank you, Mercury and Graham. Do appreciate it. I definitely won't be asking Andy from now on. We are favourites. We're favourites for everything. Even when we play City, we are favourites. So get out there and do the business. I mean, it's been an interesting change of... a little bit of a change of philosophy in the way that we play. But I think 1 win, 1 draw is okay so far, given that we've only played 2 matches under the new system. They have never played the 4-1-2-2-1. Newcastle, as far as I'm aware. Coritiba played it. But Newcastle didn't. Jesus Abba and Kumalo should be loving it. But I really want to sign Marcos. I want to bring Marcos in this window. He's so cool to have Jesus Abba playing alongside Marcos again. Coritiba reunited. And Kumalo, of course, will be still at the club. I think, looking at his attributes, he's an exceptional player. Super player. And I can afford it. And now I don't need a midfielder for now. And my plan is to buy that winger and the forward in the next transfer window. We'd be unbeatable. Absolutely unbeatable. That's a lovely pass. Oh, I say. Come on, boys. Let's get some goals going here. Just looking at these two over here. Is Arwell Davis coming inside? Don't know. Hard to say. Oh, chance. Gray's not going to miss that one. Yes, get in. I think, if I'm not mistaken, win this will qualify. That was a really poor piece of defending. He's not on my signing hot list, nor him. What dreadful defending. Let's just have a look at the table. Oh no, we're still gonna need to win 1 more. But thanks, Callum. But 1-0 will, any sort of victory here will be good. We are going to sell a few players, I think, in the winter window. We're going to have tons of money to spend. The problem with Newcastle is I have to spend it. Oh, lovely goal. Lovely goal. Again, what's amazing about this tactic is it has come down the right-hand side again. We have to have a look at... We're just going to have a quick... I'm going to zoom out on this. So we've got a 2-on-2 there. We haven't got... At the moment, we don't have an overload there. We've only got a 2-on-2. But is the attacking centre mid, and yeah, I can see why that's... But because he crossed the ball, then we don't have our overload. We would have had a 3-on-2 if it had come from the left-hand side. So I can understand that now. I don't know if you followed that, but I think I've got it now. Let's stop it there. And you can see I've got a 1-2, 2-on-1 in the middle, which means I've got a 3-on-2 on the right-hand side again. And I don't know how that works. And I think it's because they get dragged across. When we play the ball down the left, their entire team gets dragged across. And that's why this 4-1-2-2-1 works. So as we go down the left again, stop it here. We've now got a 3-on-2 again. That's why it works. And in fact, if he gets forward and he doesn't go back with him, we're going to have a 4-on-2. And that's why this tactic works. We've got this overload again on the right hand side. It's just so cool. Oh, come on, boys, come on, let's get a good win. I want a 5 or a 6-0 here today. I don't want to be on comprehensive now. We can go to extended. I figured out now why it's working. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Second of the game for Gray. 3-0. Get in. So that's 2 wins and a draw. Like Sheffield United again. The teams we've done badly against: Sheffield United, Norwich and West Brom. Everybody else were fine. Teams in the bottom 4 at the time. I don't get it. They haven't caused us any problems. So where are we in the table? I think we should be first. Oh, I thought that said Tonali then. I thought, have you switched teams? Come on, let's launch a counterattack. See, all their players are over on the left. If we zoom out again, we've got an overload down the right again. The AI is not dealing with this at all. It's not leaving enough players over on the right. And we've only got 2 out there. And then when the fullback comes up, 3. So sometimes we've got a 3-on-2 here. But we've got to switch it to the left first. Cool, we're miles out of position here. That was not good. Where was our Will Davis? Yeah, I keep thinking that says Tonali. I think you're playing for the wrong team. Chelsea must be losing, are they? It's about time Chelsea started losing some games. So that'll be good news. We will be clear top by 2 points. We are, though, I just was reading the Club Vision earlier, and we are expected to win the Europa League. The board have set that expectation. I think that's appeared since they gave me that extra $1 million in wage budget, and they've gone and upped, because I think originally it just said be competitive. Now it said we have to win it. So talking about getting sacked, there's so much pressure on this team. We have to finish in the top 4. We have to win the Europa League. So we better do as we're told. Which means bringing those players in. It's just too much pressure. We've had a lot of shots, so I'm happy. We're doing well. Don't need to do anything. I mean, it'd be so cool because I've got a funny feeling I might end up with about 200 million in transfer money. If it all goes to plan, I'll have about 200 mil in transfer budget. Just for that little session in January. And Patterson is the one though I need to play. Although he's listed for sale now, isn't he? So it doesn't really matter. We're getting caught at the back a little bit. So I'm just going to put Arwell Davis on support. What is he now? What's he playing as now? Wing back. We'll just put him as a wing back on support. I think we're getting caught out a bit down that left-hand side. That's twice that's happened. So don't go marauding too far forward, Sam. And just to help him, the defence as a whole will go balanced because we are getting caught. We're leaving space behind us. Just calm down, boys. They've come back into the game. So we just want to hang on to what we've got now. Don't go taking too many chances. We don't need to. Nicely done. Oh, Yoro, what are you doing? Lucky Arwell Davis was alert. I'd prefer him to be an anchor, so if I can bring that Marcos in, he can definitely go and play as an anchor. And then it solves the midfield problem. As a central defender, he's just making too many errors. He's made another one there, giving away a penalty. Although looked like a bloody good tackle to me, that. Because the ball, he went in that way, and the ball shot off that way. Look, oh yeah, no penalty. Quite right, referee. The ball, you could see the ball shooting off that way. Definite no penalty. Signiers. Tight mark him, I think. Just make sure that he's not a problem. So how's your day been today, Andy? You had a good day? We are leaving space behind us now, aren't we? It's a little bit worrying. Little bit worrying. Let's give him a little shout. Leaving a lot of space. Let's make some substitutions. I'll pull the line back a little bit. Peterson is not playing very well. Frimpong. 22,000 steps. I will get there, Andy. I will get there. Landerson. Oh, he's got Landerson playing in the back, is he? That's why. João Neves not having his finest game, nor Mora. I think we'll bring Carioca on for Mora, and Wirtz can go out onto the wing. Gray could do with a rest. Guehi can come on for Landerson. And João Neves is not playing very well, so Larson can come in there. And that will do for some changes. Are you sure? Oh, Wirtz is injured, is he? Oh, that's brilliant. They've just taken Mora off. That's not good news. Harwell Davis can go up there. Peterson can come over here. And Moreno can come on. Not good. I will get that. On my holiday, I reckon I'll be doing 22,000 steps in a day. I do a lot of walking when I'm on holiday. Not from bar to bar. As I usually sitting down a lot during those times. But I do actually do a lot of walking when I'm on holiday. Started looking at me flights today. It's always nice when you start doing that. Start looking for flights and hotels. Well, I know what hotels I want to stay in. Always stay in the same ones. Come on, boys. This is absolutely appalling, this second half. You're letting yourselves down here. That's lucky I've decided to go a bit more defensive and pull the line back a little bit. Because they're all over us. Gray is just getting hammered. Got one more substitution. Maybe I should take him off. Just give him a rest. He keeps getting picked on. Canate can come on. Have a little run. I'm planning 5 weeks. It will be. I think I'm leaving. The plan is 25th of January, Saturday 25th. Arrive in Saigon on the 26th of January. I'll be back probably at the beginning of March, which will then tie in for the release of 25. But I was talking to my consultant yesterday, and he just said it's time for a holiday. Relax, go on holiday, book yourself on a holiday. So I have read that previously in all the pamphlets that they gave me. Once the surgery's done, start planning a holiday. Gives you something to work towards. So taking doctor's advice. It's going to be a little bit shorter than the last time. I'm only going for 5 weeks rather than 6, which I went for last time. No, I went for 7 last time. And I kind of figured that 6 would have been fine. But I'm just going to go for 5 this time. So I will get back in time for the release of FM25. If they actually do release a game in March, which I am skeptical about, but we'll see. But I don't know what's happened in the second half here. We've been second best after absolutely annihilating them in the first half. They just took their foot off the gas, and I'm not too happy about that. Come on. Let's get another go. Our heads are going to roll. Who was that? Larson. Oh, dreadful. Specifically Mark Churef. Who on earth is he? We'll just mark him then. Oh, it's unusual that a winger is getting too many free headers. Interesting instruction. Should be stopping the crosses from the left-hand side rather than tight marking him. I tell you, they were causing me problems down this side. They still are. And that's why they're getting into these areas and he's getting the headers on the far post. Something's gone wrong in the second half. I don't think I need to tight mark anybody else. But there's the problem again down that right hand side. Let's try and keep it away from there for the last few minutes. Immediately we're down on our left hand side again. Come on, boys. It was a dreadful second half. Score a goal and your manager might be a little bit happier going in at full time. I need to tell him that wasn't acceptable in the second half. If it said we weren't good enough in the second half, I suppose that would be... I'll just have to say well done. It wasn't the right option. Oh, Chelsea won then, did they? And now they've gone back to the top, Chelsea. When are Chelsea going to start losing? They haven't lost in the Premier League. They haven't lost in the European competition. Chelsea, Newcastle, guaranteed a playoff, but not us. Oh yes, we did qualify. 3 to 5 weeks. Kamalo needs to come good. Veloso. I'm not. We've got such a strong squad. I'm not unhappy about losing him. So many players who can fill that slot. It's just the left wing berth is a problem. That's the only issue that I've got. Is that I've only got Mora, I think, who can play. Oh no, we've got Arwell Davis who can play there. So in fact, that will give our wing backs. Hello Swagoto, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it. I mean, I don't know how we're doing. 1-2. Should I switch back? Has this been effective? It's been fairly effective. I should be winning these games. Sheffield United again coming up. Bournemouth have got good dribblers. So I'm going to switch back. I'm going to switch back now. Let's see what happens. Losing Wirtz is a bit of a problem down that left. And it has worked to a degree, because after losing against West Ham, we've won 2 and drawn 1. So we stopped the rot. 6.5, that's not 6.05, that's dreadful. So Bournemouth, I guess, and we should be beating Bournemouth. But just in case, gonna go with a standard line. Give my defenders more time to... I'm going to play balanced. Just to begin with. I think I'll go along with his team. Nothing wrong with his team, apart from the fact that some people have been made promises. Velosso's pleased, Doeg's pleased, Larson's pleased. So I think Gray should be getting, if Gray is fit. Is Gray fit? Where is he? Where is Gray? Yeah, he's fit, so should be playing. He'll play instead of Siedemar. And Siedemar can come on instead of Suon, and Veloso can replace Kumalo. And that, I think, is a team that should beat Bournemouth. I don't know if this is the correct thing to do, to switch back at this point, but a bit concerned that we don't have enough on the left wing now that Wirtz has got himself injured. We will have to see. But I really wanted to win the league this year, but Chelsea are showing no sign of losing. Now we've dropped down to 4th. Manchester City are top. So Chelsea are playing on the same day as us. I mean, I wanted to win it. It's not required. We need to get top 4. Nottingham Forest beat Liverpool today. But a win against Bournemouth here will take us within 3 points of Manchester City. Chelsea win, then obviously they will go top. But I would have thought that at some point Chelsea have to start losing some games. Gray, Kumalo coming in for Veloso. No, I can't do that. And he does want to play Kumalo, doesn't he? Is he left footer? No, but Kanote is. Switch those over. Oi. What did I do there? I switched it back to what it was. Support, attacking, midfield, attack. And Davis. I don't know what happened there. I think I clicked on that, didn't I? Now we're a little bit not right here. Never mind. I don't know what. See, that they should take that out because I clicked on that when I wanted to click on that. It's too close. Who's he? Mello. Never heard of him. Peterson. Far too many wing backs. Tonali. Let's play Tonali. And let's play Neves. Larson. Landerson. Who is this guy? Giza. Never heard of him. Boyomo. Mora. I need a striker. But I don't have one. Where are all my strikers gone? Verts is injured. Suwon can come on instead of Mora. There we go. Kamalo. That will do. My bench has been totally messed up. My tactic has been totally messed up as well. I'm losing the battle against Swagota. I'm losing the battle against them. And then I'm just at the moment just selling them at the moment. I think there's 2 already of I've had to put up for sale. And there's 2 I've just said, okay, I'll play you Florian Wirtz for 1. I can't say no to him. I don't want to lose him. But yeah, it's not easy. I mean, I need a big squad because of the European commitments, but then none of the players are ever happy. So it's a catch-22 in a sense. And I don't know what to do about it, really. But I'm losing the battle at the moment. Oh, so close. Is it a corner? But, I mean, obviously, the main first-team players, I just need to keep them, so I just give them the playing time. Veloso, I decided to give the playing time because he's such a good player. And he hadn't been getting a fair deal. So I've decided, let's give him some game time. So him and Wirtz, I had no choice. But there's 2 that I had to decide to sell in the end. I mean, what do you do? As an aside, what do you do when you've got this problem? I've kind of like built up a squad that are too good, basically. Although the way we're playing at the moment, you wouldn't think that. And we've got to go behind against Bournemouth now. We are really defending badly. I think it's because of the central defenders. He's rotated the central defenders too much. I need to shout at this. I'm going to berate them. This is not good enough. Their form is terrible. And that is a function of the line being too low. That is my error, basically. Let's get the line higher up. That is my fault. You can see where they scored from. It's a function of the line being too deep. Oh, but what a good goal that is. Oh, he's going to be given offside, is he? Like when teams do that to me and score instantly, it's always a goal. Is he going to disallow this one? He looked onside to me. Yeah. Like, FM is so FM sometimes. Oh no, he was way offside. But when that happens against me, it's always a goal. Never given offside. Probably because the opposition don't require the same amount of chances as we do to score. Let's go positive. We've got to go and try and win this game now. We're going to leave space behind us, but I've got to try and win this game. At the moment, we are falling apart. It doesn't look like a very good team at all. And we're going to be opened up again. There's the space. I knew it. I knew it. leaving tons of space behind us. The minute I pushed that line up, I knew it was going to happen. It's really bad defending. And I don't know what to do about this, because if I pull the line back, it's not working. If I push the line up, it's not working either. Sell the troublemakers and the unhappy ones. I've got about 6 or 7 players who are unhappy. I think what I'm going to do is sell most of them and just settle on a first 11. But at the moment we are playing so badly, and it must be to do with rotation. And this will be an absolute disaster. Except Chelsea. I bet you Chelsea lose. Bet you Chelsea lose. That will be like, yeah, whatever, FM. I'm not allowed to win because Chelsea are not winning. Ah, brilliant. Well, let's get a draw out of this, boys. We need to be doing much better than this. Let's get Frimpong. Frimpong playing as a... What is this? Why is... Let's get him on attack. Oh, let's go attacking. We have to try and win this game. Let's throw the water bottle. Both of them can be on attack now. Let's put the Volante on an attack roll. We've got to get bodies forward and we'll go attacking. Goalkeeper has taken the blame. I am not happy. These 2 up front, not happy. These 3 up front. Oh, it didn't click. Oh, I didn't tell them off in the end. Silly boy. Look at Veloso. Just shout at him. So one of these days, I suppose. Oh boy. Well, I've done all I can now. The lines were not working for me. Nothing I did in terms of the lines. Pulled them back, they scored. Pushed them forward, they scored again. So we just got to go a little bit more attacking. Maybe we just take some of this rubbish off. Now that is not a help, Frimpong. You had 5 players in the box. He's improved. He's improved. Come on, let's get one back. We're back in it. We don't look like scoring. Don't look like scoring. I'll make my changes in the next 5 or 10 minutes and then sit back and agonize. No, you can't head it in from a standstill. Bring it down. No, he's improved by 0.1. He's improved by 0.1. He's improved by 0.1. It's not enough. They look poor at the moment. I was thinking that, during the last game, but we're back in it. Going attacking as well. Don't give it offside again. Thing about rotating too much, the first team doesn't settle in. Oh, finally we've got one awarded. Yeah, I mean, I think that what the problem is, you can't just change the team all the time. And people talk about having two teams playing in Europe with two teams. You can't do that because you're right. And if you look at what happens in the Prem, the beginning of the season, there's 4 games or five or 6 games. The managers play their first team. It doesn't matter who's on the bench. They play their first team to bed them in. And I think that's the right way to go. But FM isn't as lenient when it comes to that. I do know there are players that are unhappy in the Premier League, and if you look at Manchester City, a lot of their players have actually left. Sterling left. He wasn't happy with his playing time, but not as many as happens in FM. In FM, it's relentless. There's no resting. So everything in FM is exaggerated. Everything. Veloso is a shocker. And Kamalo can finally come on now. And so there is a problem with this. I accept that some players will be unhappy with their playing time. And you can't keep everybody happy. And as happens in real life, they will leave. And we've seen a bit of that. But this is exaggerated. This game exaggerates it. And everybody wants to leave all the time. And it's not like that in real life. Oh, it's 2-2. Kamalo. Go on, son. Get in. Yes. We are back. It was an interesting exercise, this one. It wasn't about the lines as I thought it might be. It was about attacking them more. And when we attack them more, we've unlocked them. You're a beginner in FM. I mean, FM's an easy game. Get your tactic right. And generally you will do pretty well. Mess around too much with the tactic and you won't. I do watch people who make silly decisions with their players in game and I can't work out why are you doing that. It doesn't make any sense, and they completely disrupt the way the team is supposed to play. Great, we have won it. Come on, get in. We have turned this on its head. Just simply going more attacking. That's all it was about. Let's make a couple more changes. Get in. It must be Kamalo coming on who's made the difference. Gray has finally got one. Let's make the final 2 changes now. So yeah, I mean, FM is really an easy game. It's not that difficult. It takes a while to figure it out. But it's not that difficult, really. Patterson can come on there. He can go. Have him as a wing back on attack, and he can play as a full back on support. And finally, João Neves is a bit tired, and I'm going to put him on a support duty. Kamalo. He's like, Kamalo's like my son. He's been with me since the very earliest days of Sundowns. Made his debut when he was just 15 years old at Sundowns, and he's been with me in Brazil and now in Newcastle. It's like a son. So, well, in fact, he was the first player that I brought over when I moved to Newcastle. And that's all that was. It was about going more attacking. Once we went more attacking, we destroyed them. Maxi Aarons is annoying me a little bit. Let's get him tight marked. Yeah, if you just, and it's not so much in-game management. In-game management is like the icing on the cake. But if you've got a nice tactic, and it's fairly straightforward to put a tactic together, if you apply the principle of if you can't do it, don't do it, then it's fairly simple to put a tactic together. And in-game management then just becomes the icing on the cake. Because if your tactic is right and the players are good, you will do well. And I think we'll just close this game down now. I'm going to drop the line back a little bit. I'm going to come back into a low block to finish this off. The game doesn't like it when I play my low block. I don't want them coming back into the game. So we take a 3-2 coming from behind. And that is how we do that. I just can't believe that that was just as simple as being more attacking and throwing more players forward. That's all that was. Which is a clue in that FM, the game, the match engine wants me to be more attacking now. So in the next game, that's exactly what we'll do. We'll be more attacking. Defend well, boys. Your defending has been poor today, so I want you to defend well for the last 5 minutes. Goalkeeper, where are you? Well done, Yoro. You'll get there, Swagoto. It's not a difficult game. It's a frustrating game. Oof. Because, like, in the 98th minute, they will equalise, I'm pretty sure. It's a frustrating game. And, but but then football is frustrating. It is awfully frustrating. Go on, Kamalo-san. See how he sat his man down there. But you should have scored. Coritiba, he'd have put that away, no problem. He was too good for that league. Not quite good enough for this one. Come on then. Time up, referee. He should get booked and sent off. Instead, the referee is going to blow the final whistle before he takes it. Nope. That's it. He should have got booked and sent off then. Well, that's it. 3-2. We turned that around. That's a comeback. Just brilliant. Well done. But I did throw the water bottle at half time. Still 5 points behind, though. Chelsea beat Tottenham 3-0. Chelsea have got to start losing at some point. They have to. Oh no, don't want to click on that. Player, yeah, 2 goals for Gray. Absolutely splendid. What a player. So how are we getting on at the moment? 1-3 and drawn 1. Sheffield United, are they going to do the dirty on us again? I don't think so. So let's give the boys a rest and let's go and kick Sheffield United's butt. These two don't need a rest. But these boys, Bayomo, Tonali, Neves, they need a rest. So it will be an interesting transfer window. I think I'm going to have about 200 mil to spend. And that's going to be quite nice. But the thing about Newcastle is that the board insists that you spend it. You don't have a choice but to spend it. You can't save it up and say, why don't you invest it in something else? You have to spend it on players. So that'll be an interesting transfer window we've got coming up. Superb signing for the future. No, I'm going to buy Marcos. I'm going to bring Marcos in the next window. Oh, not another one. He was just happy. I think I'd send him out on loan. Let's just send him out on loan. I can't offer you blah, 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 blah. I'll try and sort a loan out. Yeah, he's quite happy with that. It's transfer status. Loan status available for loan. I just can't find a place for you at the moment, and he's such a good player. We'll do that. I just want to make sure Veloso. Yeah, he's in the team. And I'm going to play Kamalo. Kamalo played well. I can't play Kamalo in this one, can I? Yes, I can. I'm going to play Kamalo. Because he played really well when he came on. Instead of Carioca. Gray can have a rest. So, okay, that will do. I bet you he's left wing backs off the bench. Nope, he's given me a couple of wing backs. Frimpong. He hasn't. Where's Patterson? Patterson probably can have a game. Actually, Patterson's playing. Doig can go onto the bench. There we go. Now, let's see if we can beat Sheffield United this time. I do know I'm going to go a little bit more attacking. We're going to play positive. We're going to push the line up. I think the game does want me to be a little bit more positive at this point in time, and that will do. Let's go and play this game. Semi-final of the Caribou Cup awaits. Can we do it? I mean, if we can get to the semi-final, we can win this trophy. West Ham have hired Brendan Rodgers. Thanks, Brigado. I really do appreciate that. We try to help. Definitely, Andy. Definitely. Andrade. A winger. I think I might be switching to a winger system. So, worth keeping an eye on him. I don't know though, I do like this, the way this system plays. Press with a higher intensity. Could do, I suppose, but we're not going to. Melos can't play. Wirtz is injured. Gray can come on to the bench. Everybody's happy. I'm happy. Let's go and win this football match. I am going to make one change, I think. I'm going. Oh, he's already on attack. I'm going to leave that on support for now. We're favourites, and I want us to play like it. I'm expecting to see. I don't say expecting too often, but I want them to play better than before. So come on, don't let Sheffield United become a bogey team. Let's go to what I haven't been doing is because I've been super confident. I haven't been asking him to do this. Just ignoring my duties, really. Poor management. Still 1-3 and drawn 1 though. Oh, that's better. Much better defending. We're a bit squished in here. That's better. There's nothing much happening. Except they are the more dominant team. Come on, that's it. Nicely done. Go on, Kamalo. Nicely done. Smallest boy on the pitch. He's like 5 foot and a fart. Oh, it's got to go in. Siedemar, 1-0. Get in. We couldn't score against Sheffield United last time. Get in. Carabao Cup semi-final on the way. Who was that? He just completely... Kanate just got completely taken out and they didn't keep an eye on the ball. 1-0. Get in. Looks like Carabao Cup. I'll take anybody in the Carabao Cup. Take anybody. I just feel like the big teams, we can beat them easy. The little teams really are a problem. Well, the game did want me to play more attacking. And there we are. Oh, that was going to be 2-0. Kanate, you plonker. I could have scored that. Go on. On the head. Oh! Goalkeeper's having a good game. He's made 1 or 2 very tasty saves. Go on, Kamalo. Kamalo is a gem. He's not quite Florian Wirtz standard, Kamalo, but he's such a good player. And because I've got so many good players up top there, he can't command a first team place at the moment. A little mishap there. Oh dear, oh dear. Defending's poor. Who was that? Jesus Abba? It's terrible defending. But then when we are attacking, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to focus play down the right, I think. I just think that we're better down the right than we are down the left. That's it. Get it over the other side. That's what I want. Out here. Out here. Come on. Abba. Thinking. No, this is down the left. You plonkers. Oh, I thought that had gone in. Some people in the ground thought that had hit the back of the net, including me. But they are giving us a game, aren't they, Sheffield United? And it's tough to beat them. Go on, cut it back. Chance. Easy. Easy peasy. Veloso. Finally, Veloso. He's on the scoreboard. He's actually a very good player. Have a look at his attributes. He's a very, very good player. But if you look at... He's just a... average rating 6.89. It's just not doing the business. Got an 8.8 there. But most of the time he's 6.4, 6.7. He's just... His attributes are better than his form. Maybe he needs to play regularly. Well, it was a good finish. Well, this will be another good episode. 1-4 and drawn 1. That's all I can ask. Bit disappointed we didn't beat Sheffield United in the league. But we're making up for it now. Come on, Kamalo. Nice little assist here. What do you think, boys? Do you think I should buy Marcos, the central defender from Coritiba? Manchester United are not playing him. I think you're offside some. And just wondering if... I think 64 to 70 million is cheap for Marcos. Oh, he was onside, was he? I think I should make him my number 1 target and then push Yoro up into midfield. That solves the midfield problem. I've got a really good central defender coming in. I think that would be a good signing. I think that's probably what I will do, make him my first target. It would be so cool. And then I'll have 3 Coritiba boys. And 2 of them will be central defenders. And Coritiba were just churning out young players. What a save that was. Didn't realise it would be so much fun developing all those young players at Coritiba. And they won so many trophies as well. That was a really cool part of this save. Newcastle is good because we're not losing many matches. In charge of Newcastle, and the stronger this team gets, I think the Champions League could be next year, could be the year after. Penalty, ref? Actually, it's been a really good save all round because I enjoyed Sundowns as well. I was only there a couple of seasons, but won the African Continental Trophy quite quickly, easily, with Sundowns. Go on, Kanate, get yourself on the scoreboard. Not to be. But we've beaten Sheffield United comprehensively now. What was the problem when we played them in the league? It's just FM being FM. There was no problem. He will be sold, Patterson. Landerson probably will be sold. Oh, the goal was awarded very quickly there. It's going to go to VAR. We know this is going to be given. What a glitch. We know it's going to be given now. Oh, it's been disallowed. Well, it was awarded. And then we had VAR and then it was disallowed. What? It's a bit of a glitch. What happened there? I think that goal awarded was from the last VAR then. Oh, boys. That was one crazy glitch. Yeah, we'll do Jesus, Abba and Marcos pair then. I think they be like... They will be the best two central defenders in the world. Marcos, I hated selling him to Man United when I was at Coritiba, but I realised he had to go. And I didn't like selling him. So it would be great to have him back at this point. And then I'll have the pairing of Abba and Marcos. I mean, they were just superb in Brazil. And then I'll have that pairing of Marcos and Abba, two of the best central defenders in the world. And they're both like, one of them is 20 and one of them is 21. So what a pair I'll have in central defence then. And I've got an outstanding back line, outstanding wing backs, and it just needs another couple of very good players, and this team is then unbeatable, absolutely unbeatable. But what a pairing they will be. I just have to sign him. Marcos has to come in. It will upset players like Guehi. He will get upset because obviously he thinks he's the star man at the back. He doesn't realise Abba is the star man in my mind. But he will probably then have to go at some point, but I don't mind that if I've got the two best central defenders in the world. So yeah, it's going to be a fun couple of transfer windows, this. Who can we bring in? And we'll start with Marcos. In the summer, I want to bring in that striker I've got my eye on. He's just probably the best striker in the world as well. It will be just an unbelievable team. And if that team can't win the Champions League, nothing can. So we've simply taken these boys apart. Absolutely annihilated them today. So why couldn't we do that when we played them in the league? Landerson, he's had a good game in the end. Kamalo hasn't, or Kanote. So let's get Gray on. And let's get Shazavari. Or Mora. We'll play Mora. Give Mora a game. And then Valesso. We'll give Shazavari a game. Why not? And then we'll leave it at that for now. Oh, definitely Swagato. That will be... I will be so happy having those two playing together. So that's part of what's good about playing in a journeyman is that you have all this knowledge of players from the previous teams over the last 10 or 12 years. And then the really good ones you can just take with you. And generally they will go. But if they have a good relationship with you, when you leave, they will generally go with you. So it's a really fun part of doing a journeyman. Is that they will come with you. Who's tiring? Nobody really. Oh, Gray, you should have scored. Larsson, Landerson, they've played well, those two. I forget that they're young players as well. Keep forgetting that they're just young boys. Early 20s. Both of those midfielders. Which is why they want to leave, because I'm not playing them enough. But their transfer value, both of them, is around about 100 mil now. So if they want them, they're going to have to pay for them. I think Landerson probably will leave, but Bayern Munich will have to pay for him. It'll cost them 100 mil. And Euro can come on for Landerson. Shazavari Mora, they've just come on. Gray's just come on. Let's put Doig on. Haven't seen him playing for a while. So that's another victory. Oh, Bournemouth beat Manchester City. That's an interesting one. Oh, unlucky some. Come on, let's get another one before the end. Let's rub their noses in it. Happy with today. 1-4, drawn 1. Nothing to be unhappy about. We changed the system, tried something else, but I do like this system. So I think we'll just keep going with this. At least I know if we get into a rough patch, we can switch to the 4-1-2-2-1 if necessary. But this system is working really well with this team now. Let's just drop back. Go on, Moreno. Go on, into the box. Chance. Oh, rifled it. It's Doig. Absolutely rifled that in. I don't want to counter press now. And pull the line back. What a strike. What a substitution. Whew, blistering drive. 4-0. And yet we didn't look like scoring. In fact, Sheffield United looked like they were dominating us in the league game. So let's have a quick look at these. Manchester City losing to Bournemouth. Tottenham losing to Aston Villa. And I think Liverpool won the day before, didn't they? We'll take anybody in this competition. The shape, I'm wondering what's going on. This because he's on an attack roll. He's further up the pitch, isn't he? We'll leave him on an attack roll. A good session, I think, today. It would have been a good session last time, only that defeat against West Ham ruined it. 4-0, we'll take that. Well done. Very good win. That's a crazy, crazy result. Tottenham lost to Villa. Peterson now. He has to be getting more games. Keep him happy. Newcastle win. And we need to rest some players. And down to that. So that is a good little session. But if we can go on and find out who we're going to draw in the next round, in the semi-final. I think it might be after the next game though, is it? We don't know. It doesn't say where it is. That's strange. Hi Blitz, how you doing? Love to see a video on this 4-2-2 whenever the tactic's fully ready. Yeah, I can put one of those together. It is a tactic that I knew from a long time ago, but I've dumbed it down a little bit. It was a very, very attacking system, but I've dumbed it down, and it's a better defensive. It's a better all-round tactic now. Hopefully it will do much better than the initial one. The initial attacking tactic was extremely good. Brass Noble. No, his form has not been good. What are you talking about? 6.4. He's had a couple of good games, but it's not good enough to be saying well done. What's the matter? I don't think we're going to see the draw for the semi-final here, which is very odd. We'll go along with what he says for now, and then I'll tidy it up. Which is very strange, because normally by now we would have had the draw for the semi-final. Oh, here it is. Caribou Cup. The draw for the semi-final. Villa, Bournemouth, Liverpool or Newcastle. Who's it going to be? I don't mind which of them. I think we can beat any of them. So I don't mind which one. Liverpool. Give me Liverpool. Because that's always what you used to give me. Ah, Bournemouth, the hardest one of all. They've given me the team right down the bottom. The hardest one of all. Aston Villa versus Liverpool then. Interesting. So we're going to play Bournemouth in the semi-final. We could win this competition. We could win this competition. Okay, we've had another good session then today. We're going to come back on Sunday where we will begin the season, the transfer window. And I think there's going to be some movement. Next, we probably will make a bid for Marcos before the window begins. See how we get on. But I'm pretty sure I want to sign him now. So it's going to be an interesting transfer window. Many are going out. Could have as much as 200 mil to spend. Who knows what's going to happen. Hopefully we'll see you all on Sunday. And we'll be back for some more. We're still rocking and rolling here. What we need is for Chelsea to start losing. But once Chelsea start losing, then I think we could go on and win this competition. Manchester City also could do with a few defeats, but once I don't think Chelsea have lost, or they've drawn a couple, but eventually they are going to lose games, and hopefully it will be very soon. We're doing well. We're still in all the competitions, and I've got a funny feeling we're going to do very well this year, especially as we're going to have money to strengthen. So I shall see you all. Thanks for coming, guys. I will do the video on the 4222, the dumbed down version. This is a lot tamer than it used to be, and I just believe it's a much better tactic now than it was previously. Defensively much better. Goals, in terms of goals conceded, we are the third best. Not as good as I would like to be, but once Marcos comes in, we will be even better. So, okay, we shall hopefully see you on Sunday. Thanks for coming. I've enjoyed myself again. I'm so glad to be back, so happy to be back. And I'll see you guys on Sunday. Take care, be safe, and see you soon.